Commute from work that turned unusually camera-worthy.
I can tell something incredible is about to happen. And the officer was coming from that way.
First, Kevin Russell saw a police squad swerve and crash into a tree on 82nd and Jeffrey on Chicago's south side.
I was like, wow, this is an incredible scene right here.
But what happened next?
The guy jumps into action.
Is what really stood out. Here's a closer look. The man in the white shirt opens the driver's side door and pulls the police officer out.
Usually, you don't want to touch the police.
The video went viral. The Facebook comments keep coming. Some people commented and saying you should have left him there. Some people praise this guy for helping.
People think that people of color and police officers don't get along, don't have a good relationship, but like I mentioned, in a situation like this where something incredible happened, you do the right thing, you just jump into the action. You don't think about this is a police officer, this is actually a human being.
Approach Clearwood Drive, again, just on the Gulf Freeway, heading north into the downtown Houston area. He's crossing, the driver crossing Alameda Genoa right now as this pursuit continues. It started a good 30 minutes or so ago. You can see another HPD vehicle there toward the bottom of your screen. A patrol unit, a car, has also joined in on this pursuit as they're keeping their distance from that truck who has been weaving in and out of traffic from one lane back into the other, trying to get away from police.
Yeah, and again, it looks like we lost a shot there. There we go. So we don't know who is behind the wheel of this truck. We don't know how many people are inside the truck. We don't know what started this.
These slows, the traffic come to a not quite a complete stop, but for things to slow down. Well, he's experiencing that right now and now trying to weave his way and maneuver in and out of the traffic that has slowed down near
site at this point.
And our producer Cynthia just telling me in my ear that the driver is now on a service road there. So the truck has exited the freeway in the south side of Houston. You just saw that HPD SUV trying to pull up alongside the truck in the left lane, perhaps to possibly use a pit maneuver.
Oh, there we go.
To get the truck to pull over, to safely get him off the road, him or her off the road. And you just saw him tap there, tap the back of the vehicle, the back of the truck.
On the left side, yeah.
On the left side. Now it looks like the truck may be getting back on the freeway. It's pretty difficult to tell. But now he's maneuvering, he or she is maneuvering in and out of traffic there right now. But
now totally boxed
in there.
Yeah, we'll have to see. So this is the first chance the HPD really has had to get to this driver. As you just mentioned, that pit maneuver, you can see
a lot of congestion build on the Gulf Freeway and on those service roads, and that's exactly what we saw.
Security video shows the 23-year-old deputy struggling with a homeless man that he's trying to subdue. And then, when it appears that he's in big trouble, watch as 1, 2, 3 Good Samaritans come to his rescue.
And I heard the officer yelling, "Get your hand off my gun." So then I went in and I ripped the dude's hands off the officer's gun.
That's 26-year-old Brian Whitney in the orange shirt. He does kneel down, lean in, and after, as he described it, pulled the hands of the homeless man away from the deputy's gun, he went back in the Circle K where he works and calls 911.
We've had some very good citizens here in La Mirada, Whittier, and Norwalk, and it reinforces your belief in all together.
Afterwards, I was like shaking, and I was like, wow. No, this was like, whew, but I wasn't scared, no.
We're learning more tonight about the multi-vehicle crash during a whiteout on Tuesday, which sent a police chief to the hospital in Aroostook County. Van Buren Chief Michael Brissett was hit by a passing car while he was helping drivers who'd been involved in a crash just south of town. Brissett is now in good condition at Cary Medical Center in Caribou after undergoing surgery for multiple broken bones in one leg. Sergeant Luke Dyer says a Good Samaritan from Ellsworth came upon the scene after Brissett was struck, put Brissett in his car, and drove him to the hospital. The name of that man has not been released. According to Dyer, he saved the chief's life.
Yeah, that's right. And that call, Doug, came from a business down the street. They said somebody was firing a gun. Police had information that the two teenagers they were looking for might have been coming. Well, body cameras from those police officers show the moment that police had a loaded handgun in his waistband. And then as the officer started to detain the two boys, the boy started fighting back. And at that point, police not only had 2 suspects to control, they still had a loaded weapon that they had not been able to secure yet. Well, that's when a man who had just come out of the bank asked if they needed help. They didn't say yes right away, but as the struggle continued, Jim Walker then jumped in and jumped on top of the 17-year-old, holding him down on the ground well enough that one officer could finally get up and put the gun away.
But I just wasn't, gonna walk away and let them get hurt, or those young men get hurt, because they clearly did not want to hurt anybody. They didn't hurt anybody, and it's just one of those situations where you listen to what God tells you to do.
A bystander from Seattle rolls as police appear to point weapons at a man against the wall. They told us that man was armed and holding a woman hostage. As the camera shakes, you'll notice another man around the corner, a civilian in blue holding a drink and watching closely. Then a pop, tasers. The armed man runs, but the Good Samaritan is waiting.
He stopped him as he was coming around the corner first and pushed him over the railing and helped them tackle him. And then the police were right.
This is the scene Tulsa police officer Daniels ran up to. You can hear the 3 men try and talk the man off the ledge.
Let's just talk about this. I'm back over here.
But he's fighting their grip.
Don't do it. Come on. Don't do it. Let's go. No. Don't do it.
Officer Daniels calls for backup, and Officer Matthew Dunn and Officer Josh Marquette race to the scene.
When I heard the serious tone in his voice, I knew he was looking at something. I didn't want him to slip out of their hands a second or two before I got there.
This is not the way to go, bro.
As soon as the 2 officers get on scene, they jump into action. It takes all 5 people to pull the suicidal man to safety.
Hey, reach your hands up front here. Reach your hand up front.
Okay. We'll get him out.
All right, lift.
All right.
Lift this up.
Let's lift this up.
Good. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down. Okay, don't move. Don't move. Stay right there.
Don't move, buddy.
Stay right there.
All right.
Stay right there. Where's she at?
She's okay.
She's there. She's on the ground. Stay right there. Don't move. Don't move. 216. We lifted the car and got him out.
He's okay. Okay. Just don't move, but he's okay, okay?
Set up cones and shut all that down.
Eventually end peaceful. Hopefully he'll come to his senses and just stop before somebody gets hurt, or even worse, he could kill someone or he can get killed too. Is he going to do a wheelie? Viewer discretion is heavily advised. You just don't know what's going to happen. You can see him. Oh, wow. Very close. See, that's what I'm saying, folks. It's not, it has every recipe not to end well. That, boy, oh boy. Is he going to do a U? Yep. Is it wheelie time? I don't know. Continues to use this as his own personal speed zone, really. Just trying to crank up speed for what, right there. Here we go! No. All right, we got to get off, folks. Jeez. Viewer discretion heavily advised.